and somewhat of an uptrend. We are, however, below the daily moving averages, and the 20 EMA has crossed below the 50 EMA for the first time since December 2021. So 1 year ago. We now have a very clear change in behavior of the trend, and we also have a break and retest of the range lows. So it might be reason to think that CHFJPY might begin a downtrend, or at least come down and hit these low area here once again. So let's go to the 4 hour. Now in the 4 hour, you'll see that you have a very clear local trend. The trend on CHFJPY has not been very clear. Here is a range. So it's basically just ranges within a bigger range. But now with this move, it's actually quite clear. You have a bounce, a break below the range low area, complement with a strong support area. And you're now having a rounded retest. It's not a clean break and retest, but it's still a pretty solid rounded retest. And the fact that this is not a clean rounded retest means that we have to wait for extra confirmation, right? So you're not coming up with a rounded retest, hitting that level right here. Now we're waiting for confirmation. Now, what would confirmation be on this one? Well, quite obviously, you know what confirmation. At this point, most of you should know what confirmation should look like here, and that would obviously be at this point you see this trend line area. Now this trend line area, I've decided to use the parallel channel like I do most of the time when writing the trend lines and the trend line areas. You'll see that it fits very nicely with this downtrend right here. So you're hitting a trend line area right here, complement with the 0.618, the previous range low area, and just an overall nice break and retest of a horizontal level within the local trend as well. And you have the stochastic RSI above 70. You have that bear cross for the stochastics RSI as well. Now, what I would love to see is, now the 4 hour candle is closing in 42 minutes, and I don't know, like a lot of stuff can happen in 42 minutes. Definitely. You know what? Before I continue with the actual analysis, we're going to look at the news. Do we have anything that could screw up the technicals of this news? So we're watching a trade on CHFJPY. Do we have anything coming up that might affect this? I don't think this is going to have a huge impact on that trade, so I don't think we have to care about that. But if guys, if you have any questions, just please let me know. If you have any questions, type them in the chat, and I will gladly help you guys out. All right, so 4 hour bearish engulfing candle. Now, what we want to see here is for this candle, just if this candle closes as a bearish candle, I might consider taking a trade here. Now, what I'd love to see is for this candle to close kind of like below these wicks right here, because what that would look like on the 1 hour is the rejection would then look pretty nice on the 1 hour as well, right? Like a rounded top on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, there, price is definitely pausing here, but we need some confirmation of price moving lower, and that would be this level right there. So that horizontal level, we need to see that kind of break. So on the 1 hour, love to see price kind of closing down here, kind of creating that rounded top. And on the 4 hour, that would be a very solid close down here. Now, the way I would trade that is probably, I think it might actually be a good idea. Let's just assume, let's say that if the candle closes here, I would probably enter at market, either enter at market or put my short orders on the retest of the 4 hour 20 EMA, or right on that horizontal level. Let's just say right on that level, or right below to front run and that level after the breakdown. So TP1, is usually around the zero. And when I mean around the zero, I don't mean right on the zero, right? Because you have to look at price action. And the 0% fib is created with that low wick right there. But you have a much more solid area right here, where most of the price action of this low aligns with this area, which also aligns perfectly with the weekly open. So the weekly open area needs to be the TP